Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another video. And now it's time for my yearly um, Q&A now, answering everyone's comments. And I give it a week. People leaving their comments. So let's get right down to it. I want to say thanks to everyone for leaving for their comments and let's get right down to it. So, first question, right off the bat, very easy one. By a Wolf and Fallout Kid. But sorry, I mispronounced that though. But yeah, Wolf Reel and Fallout Kid. What is your all-time favorite movie? I've said this plenty. Of times in videos though. But say it again. My all-time favorite movie, Jurassic Park. Yep, I said this a lot of times, but still, it's bait. I'll repeat it again because I love the film. Yeah, my all-time favorite movie, Jurassic Park. So thanks for that one. That was the easiest one. We're gonna start from the top. From Screaming Joker Productions. What would you like to see? What would you like to see a horror film take on War of the Worlds? And I asked because before they made a 1988 TV show, George A. Romero was going to work on a War of the Worlds movie, and it was going to direct and star Charlton Heston, Tatum O'Neal, Walter Matthau, Kirk Douglas, and Henry Fonda, and also Olivia Newton-John. And he wanted Pink Floyd to do the entire instrumental score or soundtrack. I would like to see a horror. I would be interested to see a horror take on War of the Worlds. Like I like the 50s. I like the 50s original, and I like the 2005 remake that Steven Spielberg directed, starring Tom Cruise. I do like that one too. But I would like to see a horror film take on like what George A. Romero was gonna do. If he was gonna do that, I would like to see that, especially with a good cast. You got Charlton Heston, you got Walter Matthau, Kirk Douglas, Henry Fonda, and Olivia Newton-John. You got Pink Floyd to do the soundtrack. I would be interested in seeing that. But I said it was gonna be made. We'd like to see that though, but we won't because now George A. Romero's passed on. Same with a lot of actors here like Heston, Matthau, Henry Fonda, and Kirk Douglas. I'm amazed he's still alive. Now he's 102 now. God, Kirk Douglas, man, I can't believe he's over 100 years old now. But yeah, that's the first question. I would love to see a horror or take on that George A. Romero is going to do on War of the Worlds. The second question: What actors nowadays do you think have that commanding presence on screen the way Charlton Heston did? Now, each actor has a different perspective how the way they present on screen. Each one is different. Like Charlton Heston had his own way, and every actor has their own way. So, but what actors nowadays? If I think about it, here's some that run off the top of my head. Maybe I'll say Kurt Russell. He can still give a commanding presence on screen. Sylvester Stallone, definitely to me. One though, but he's no longer alive though. But to me, Dennis Hopper, if he was still alive today, he could still have that commanding presence. I love Dennis Hopper. May he rest in peace. I would put him up there as well. And that's stuff I can think of on the top of my head right now. So, but yeah, I would say Dennis Hopper, Kurt Russell, Sylvester Stallone, and many more I could think of though. But those three off the top of my head. So, number 3. Could you see Keira Knightley as an older Newt if Neil Blomkamp's Alien 5? Now, with that though, right off the bat, I wish they would have gone with Neil Blomkamp's version of Alien 5 than we got with Alien Covenant. I wish. Because I hated Alien Covenant. It was entirely stupid, and I wish we got this one instead. But if I see Keira Knightley as an older Newt, maybe we hear talk with with an American accent, maybe. It's just hard to imagine Keira Knightley as Newt, so maybe. So yeah, maybe. Fourth one for your last question is: do you have any interest in writing scripts? Well, so on a lot of films I've seen, bad ones, poorly written scripts, I can imagine I can write better scripts than some of the stupid stuff that I've seen in films. But do I have any interest right now or at all? No. So I just don't think I've had taking the time to write down a script though. I could just only imagine. Because with me busy in life and work and all that stuff, me trying to do this and or other stuff activities I like to do, I don't think I imagine just myself writing scripts. So I'll say no. I don't have the interest in writing scripts. I can only think I can write better. I can do a better script than some other stuff in films nowadays because some of the scripts are dumb and stupid. So, yeah. But Screaming Joker Productions, thanks for saying those questions. Right now, I have myself a treat myself with some more licorice. But thanks for sending me those questions. Next, from Trevor Sonia Belma 2000. He says, first off, I always say welcome back on YouTube. Nice to see you making videos again. Thank you very much. And what are some of your favorites and least favorite movies you've seen this year so far? Well, first off, for the least favorite films I've seen this year so far, Peter Rabbit for one. I would say because it was a complete insult to the character, especially when I remember seeing the short films from that came out in the 90s that I grew up with, and this Peter Rabbit in this movie was a complete another douchebag, which my brother agrees with. So yeah, how they treated that character in this movie, no. Peter Rabbit for one. Black Panther, sadly though, because for a few reasons. Well, for one thing though, what kept me interested in watching it still was Chadwick Boseman. I still think he did a good job as playing T'Challa, Black Panther. Dana Gururi, who played Michonne from The Walking Dead, plays who's the general of the female warriors in Wakanda. I thought she did a really great job. Badass, some badasses from her. One thing I would say for sure. One thing was when I review it though. One big upset I would say that has pissed me off though. Even my dad agrees, but I won't say that though. Because I'll wait till when I review Black Panther. There's one big upset though, but the rest of it was sadly I would say. So I would say it's one of my least favorites this year. But one of the favorites I liked, a few favorites that I liked this year. One of it for sure is Deadpool 2. I think it was better than the first. Even though I liked the first Deadpool, I reviewed it. This was much better than the first one. Won't say nothing more than that. But I like Deadpool 2. What was the one? Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I enjoyed that film a lot. I thought it was a much improvement and step up from the previous one. I'll get to my thoughts on those because I was skeptical first though, but Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom I enjoyed. And one that came out last week, Christopher Robin. I really enjoyed that film so much because I said before about Winnie the Pooh was one of the childhood things I grew up loving, and watching that film just brought me back to my childhood. So yeah, I loved Christopher Robin. So that's the films. So the favorites that I enjoyed this year. So that's your second. That's the first question you asked. So your second question is: do you think 2D animation will become a dying art form as will be replaced by the CG animation completely in the near future? Yeah, I can imagine that because everything nowadays, especially from Pixar and the Walt Disney Animation Studios, the one that does Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, and the DreamWorks animation films. Yeah, I can see that because that's what we get nowadays. I don't recall seeing some of the 2D ones, or I call it the traditional animation, like ones from the 90s, especially Disney films like The Lion King or Little Mermaid, Tarzan, Mulan, like especially the hand drawn animations, like from the old days, like Snow White, Cinderella, Pinocchio, or Beauty and the Beast, or Sleeping Beauty. Those old animations. So I went because even though I enjoyed a lot of the CGI'd ones like Monsters Inc., especially a lot of the Pixar ones like Monsters Inc., etc. Um, I get to see because a lot of people probably like this animation and probably prefer that more than traditional ones now. Eh. And it's not that common nowadays. People just for live action films, everything is CG nowadays. You can't hardly do anything practical anymore for like real stunt work or or actual set pieces. Everything has to be a green screen. It's more, I say the same thing. People prefer to go the cheaper way, like everything green screen or CG nowadays, rather than doing stuff actually for or doing an actual life sets or practical stuff. So I'm more, I say the same for that. So I would be surprised. I guess I could definitely see the 2D animation being a dying art form. People have seen the CGI animation better. So yeah, that was a good question. Your third one is, what are your thoughts on Fox and Disney merging? I'm personally very mixed about it. Well, you're very mixed about it. To me, I'm more negative about it because Disney needs to be. Even though I like Disney a lot because I grew up with Disney, childhood growing up, But to say now I can say, but seeing past that, Disney nowadays they want to be on top of everything now. Okay, because they made it big with Marvel without a doubt, and now they're making it big with Lucasfilms when they bought that because of Star Wars, even including Indiana Jones, which we haven't got those together, but it's part of Lucasfilms. So they plan to make a fifth one for a couple of years, and I think it's a mistake because they want to be not only do they want to be on top of everything, because with Fox we got the X-Men films. They want to merge them into the Marvel universe, but this also includes the franchises like the Predator franchise and the Alien, especially the Alien franchise. Because I don't think the upcoming Predator movie coming out soon. I don't think that's not what I don't think they is the official deal yet. Did they officially merge yet? I don't know. But I don't think if it is, I don't think that Predator one wasn't part of it before they made the deal. But yeah, but merging with Disney, what is it now? With their kidify and ease up on the gore, what the Predator franchises and Alien franchises have meant to be, bloody and gory, but they ease up on it because now Disney's part of it. No, disagree with that because that just defies what the first Alien and Aliens have meant. Even though there's been gore, it's gory for the third and fourth one, yeah, as well as for and it's the Predator film, the first two Predator films. Yeah, I just disagree with Fox, Disney trying to buy Fox because they didn't want to be on top of everything. They're trying to buy every company. I wouldn't be surprised if they attempted to buy Paramount or Universal. I wouldn't be surprised at that though. So yeah, my thoughts on Fox merging with Disney, no, disagree with that. And your last question is, I really enjoyed your fan commentary on Deep Rising. Thank you very much. Do you plan to do any more fan commentaries in the future? Yes, I do. Because I've been wanting to do a fan commentary for a long time, and it's due to my absence, for many months. I couldn't even do it. So when I got back, I want to start off by doing a fan commentary on one of my favorite films. So since I got a lot of good praise for it, I plan to do more commentaries in the future. I do. I just haven't thought what I plan to do though, but I do want to. So, Trevor Son of Belma 2000. Thanks for those. And so, and the next set of questions. Captain Imagination. Have you been to Seaside, Oregon? Have you visited these places like Pizza's Harbor, Pig and Pancake, Funland Arcade, Seaside Bowling, and Fultano's Pizza and the Pacific Way Bakery and Cafe? Sadly, though, first of all, I've never been to Oregon, so I have not been to. So I obviously have not been to none of those places since I've never been to Oregon. Because the last vacation I had was like over a decade ago. That was when I took a cruise with me and my mom's entire family side to Europe. Ever since then, I have not been to a vacation that's been like out of state ever since. So sadly, I've never been to Oregon, so I have not been to any of these places. So sad to say I have not been to. So, but thanks for that question anyway. See. Winter Flowers. I know she. Nice to be hearing from you again. I know before we had a different YouTube name though, but now you're called Winter Flowers now. So it's nice to hear from you again. It's just nice to see you back reviewing. Thank you. What films do you recommend, and do you take requests? Well, for recommend, when I do a film that I really love, I usually say, hey, I highly recommend you check this out, whether you disagree or not. I do say recommend though, but I don't think I haven't said it because I haven't been so many months. So usually when I love a film, I review it. I say, hey, I recommend this. And do I usually take requests? I do, but I just have so much build up though, as I'll eventually get to the requests though. Hey, but like recently, hey, I reviewed Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. A couple wanted me to review that. I took the request. I did it. But since due to my absence, and since then I've seen people asking me to review, are you going to review this and are you going to review this, is that I just have so much planned that I want to build. I have plans build up. I can't take those right now. But I will eventually get to them, though. So I will eventually get to those requests. So, yeah. I do to say recommend and request, so. But Winter Flowers, nice to hear from you again. Thanks for the question. Next. DJ Donnelly. Your first question is, were you ever a fan of Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps growing up? Now, in the past couple of videos, I specifically expressed that Goosebumps was a part of my life. I grew up loving the franchise. I've read all the books. I love the TV show growing up. So, Goosebumps definitely for sure, because Goosebumps made me get into my love for reading, and to love the TV show growing up. I've showed my collection of Goosebumps books, and I even reviewed I reviewed some episodes from the TV show as well. I even liked the 2015 Goosebumps film, even despite some of its flaws, still. And I've seen the trailer for the sequel coming out this October called Haunted Halloween. The trailer sadly didn't do me any good. So yeah, but even though I like the 2015 film, but the sequel Haunted Halloween didn't grab me. But beside that though, I loved Goosebumps growing up. I've said this a lot of times before. It's part of my life, and that's one thing I couldn't live without was my Goosebumps books. It's right down here in my little box here. And I love the audio books too. I love the books and I love the TV show. But Are You Afraid of the Dark? Now, I haven't seen that show in years, but I remember because I remember a time when on Fox Kids, before Goosebumps came on, it was Are You Afraid of the Dark came on first. and I've seen some episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark, and I like them, but I just prefer Goosebumps more because I love that show more. But it was a good dark kid-friendly TV show as well. And I know next year they're gonna make a movie out of it, coming out next year in October. But Are You Afraid of the Dark? I did like the show. I've seen some of the episodes and I did like them. It's not that bad of a show. I prefer watching Goosebumps more because I grew up with that more. So, Goosebumps, loved it to death. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I do like, but I just haven't seen that show in years though. So that was the first question. Your second question is, what are some of your favorite deleted scenes from a film? That's a hard one because I would have to look through, scan. I would have to scan through all my movies, see what deleted scenes I liked. But one deleted scene I did like was from the Lost World Jurassic Park. Is when the late Pete Postlewaite, when his character Roland, his character was talking with his friend RJ about with this mission on the island, and there's this one guy who was sort of like harassing a waitress, and Pete Postlewaite is talking to the guys and saying, "Oh, you're no gentleman," and the guy says, I could take you with one hand tied down." So Pete Postlewaite, he has one hand tied behind his back, and he just beats the living crap out of the guy one-handed. He beats him, hits him a couple times, and then goes and gets his drink, and then he turns around and punches the guy again. Pete Postlewaite, he's a good actor. Sadly, he's now gone though. May he rest in peace. So that's one deleted scene I did like though, but from the Lost World Jurassic Park. But other films, I'll have to scan what films the other deleted scenes I liked though. But that's one deleted scene I liked. The third one. Do you watch ghost shows? And if yes, which ones do you watch? Well, I've heard of some other ghost shows, but there's one show that I watched. Now, whether some people say it's also generally saying that this show is fake or not, and that is, I have it over there, Ghost Hunters. I do like the show Ghost Hunters. Now, it's my brother. He doesn't believe in ghosts, but I've been a. You never know how the world is with the paranormal stuff. So I'm a guy who believes in ghosts. You never know what could happen. And years back I watched the show in Sci-Fi. I like the show Ghost Hunters. I do have all the seasons there. People would say whether or not it's all faked or rigged or not, whatever. It's all subjective to what people think. I like the show regardless still. So, yeah, Ghost Hunters is the only show I watch, and I do like the show. And so your fourth question is, which movie time machine would you rather have? The one from Back to the Future, the DeLorean, the one from Bill and Ted, the phone booth, or the one from Hot Tub Time Machine? Well, easily I would pick the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Because to me, the DeLorean is much more iconic and memorable. To me, it's much more cool to drive a time machine as a vehicle, though. Yeah, Subway, eat fresh. But yeah, I would easily pick the DeLorean, hands down. And your last question is, what is a movie that you saw in a dream that you wish was an actual movie in real life? Three of them, actually, that I wish I would like to see as an actual movie. But I don't think we're not going to get them, though. Two of them, I know for sure, because no one doesn't talk about them nowadays. Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs. Two of them I know for sure they're not going to get in movies because no one talks about them nowadays, sadly. Yeah, Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs. One film, though, well, we're going to get a movie out of it, though, but it's not how the way I see it. A live-action version of Pokemon with the actual characters of Ash, Brock, Misty, and I also dreamt of throwing in of May and Dawn as well. And of course, Team Rocket, of course. Professor Oak. And like I said, it is how the live action, even though they're CG though, but see a real life of Pokemon, an actual real life setting, live action. Even though there would be animation, live action animation, yeah. But see like a good version of Pikachu, stuff like that, or Meowth. And I remember seeing the trailer's still on here. It's like from years ago that there was like a very dark version of a supposedly a movie version of Pokemon with Ash. It was like doing like illegal like Pokemon fights when I work with Giovanni and all that stuff, and like see like Professor Oak get hurt or something like that. I forget what the name of the title is, but you can look on YouTube though. It's like Pokemon movie trailer or something like that. But to me, well, because like I said before, we're gonna finally get a live action Pokemon movie, but it's not the one I envision. I'm sure a lot of people were disappointed, but Detective Pikachu. It's a game that came out earlier this year, but it's coming out next year. It's where Pikachu is a detective and he talks. And funny enough, he's voiced by Ryan Reynolds. Funny enough. But yeah, a Pokemon live action movie though, but it's not the one I thought it would be. I would still like to see a Pokemon movie live action with the actual characters of Ash, Misty, Brock, Team Rocket. Yeah. That's the things I drift of. Hopefully one day they'll make movies of. But we're not going to get those, sadly. Those three I dreamt of which would be an actual movie. But DJ Donnelly, thanks for those questions. Then we got Jason Grady, PH Sticker 61, which I know he's watched my videos a lot of times. I know that. Hey there. First thing he says, I love the MCU. When are you going to be doing Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, and Avengers Infinity War? Are you going to get to Ant-Man and the Wasp and when it comes out on DVD? And are you excited for Captain Marvel? And what do you think of the titles of Avengers 4? And will Captain America, Tony Stark, come back as friends? And do they go to the government to shut down the Sokovia Accords? What do you think? Well, listen, I know some people asking me to do Spider-Man Homecoming and Thor Ragnarok, because due to my absence, I couldn't. But I will eventually review Spider-Man Homecoming and Thor Ragnarok, and I'll have to get to Black Panther. Infinity War, that's coming out on DVD pretty soon, so I will get to that. And when Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out on DVD, I will get to that too. And Captain Marvel, when a trailer comes out, I'll give my thoughts on that. Wait on the title. I'm not sure what the title. I don't think they gave an official title for Avengers 4 yet. But with Captain America and Tony Stark, would they come back as friends? Well, it's hard to say. I guess now it's just with Infinity War, since half of humanity's been vanished. And I know they're still alive but hopefully, I don't think that the Sokovia Accords, or at least they're concerned right now as of what happened. So yeah, hopefully they'll see each other again. But after what happened with Infinity War, who knows? But that's the first thing. So thanks for that one. You also had another question too. It says, and I hope you do the 3 Men in Black movies. And what are your thoughts about the spin-off, the Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth? And what is your favorite cartoon show? Me and both is Teen Titans, the original, and Ben 10, the original. The Men in Black, the first 3 Men in Black films, I'm not gonna review. I will say I'm not gonna get to them anytime soon. I will get to them one day down the road, because I have so much built up right now. I don't have time to review those ones right now. But on the spin-off, I looked up the spin-off / reboot. Not entirely sure on that. I would probably say no. Overall, no, because Chris Hemsworth, he was in a reboot, and that was called Ghostbusters from 2016. That sucked. So the 3 Men in Black films, not anytime soon. Will be one day down the road. The new Men in Black movie, no. What is my favorite cartoon? I got a lot of favorite cartoons, and it's hard for me to say which one's my favorite, but I'll just name a couple of them. One thing's for sure is the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Extreme Dinosaurs, Street Sharks, Rugrats, definitely the Rugrats. Well, of course, the Looney Tunes, of course, they're classics. The Looney Tunes. Other ones like other cartoons. Well, of course, including Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh as well, and I'll even put Inuyasha on there as well. So I got and SpongeBob, definitely SpongeBob too. So those are some of my favorite cartoons shows. It's hard to pick which is my all-time favorite. So there's a list of some of my favorite cartoons. But Jason Gray, PhD Sticker 61. Thanks for sending those. And next is up to another good guy who's watching me, my friend Caleb Bogus. Nice to hear from you again. What films do you look forward to next year? And have you? So let's start with that question first. What films do you look forward to next year? Well, two films for sure. Two films I really look forward to for sure, and that is How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Look forward to seeing that film because I love the franchise, and I'm excited to see uh, this trilogy how its third film as a trilogy is going to end. And like what Hiccup said, we're no longer safe here. We all need to disappear completely off the map. So for the trailer, especially for what I assume, when they find that hit when her and Hiccup and Aster that they see this hidden dragon world. I assume like all the dragons, and including all of Hiccup's people from Berk, they're going to live there, and that's why no dragons are not around no more. Who knows? But How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, I definitely look forward to seeing. And the second one I definitely look forward to seeing is John Wick 3, Parabellum, because I love the first one. Second film, John Wick Chapter 2, total badass movie. Keanu Reeves, he kicks ass a lot. He's just total badass to John Wick. And I look forward to seeing the third one. I just hopefully this doesn't get screwed up. I just hopefully because some franchises tend to screw up sequels. I just hope this film just doesn't let me down. John Wick 3 Parabellum, I look forward to seeing. So that's two films I look forward to seeing the most that year. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, and John Wick 3 Parabellum. And your next question is, have you heard of these TV shows, Second Chance, Bug Juice, Adventures at Camp, and America Says? Okay, Second Chance, Bug Juice, Adventures at Camp, I have not heard of. America Says, if you're referring to this new game, if you're referring to this show that just came out recently on the Game Show Network called America Says, then yes. But if you're referring to a different one, then I have not heard of, though. Because the only thing I heard of America Says was this new one that came out on the Game Show Network. But the rest of them I have not heard of. Next one is my thoughts on Fortnite. I have no interest on playing the game of Fortnite. I know a lot of people like that game. I'm not the type of guy who plays on these live stream games. Like my brother, he plays League of Legends. Him and his friends play League of Legends along with a live. Like you're playing a game, and there's also other people from wherever playing the game along. I know him and his friends play that game as well. I'm not the type of guy who plays those type of games, and I know a lot of people like to play the game Fortnite. I don't have the interest of playing those type of games, especially if it's a live stream. You're live when you're playing. No, but I know a lot of people like to play those type of games. I'm not a guy who plays those games, so I'm not interested in Fortnite. And then your last question is, out of these Nickelodeon movies, SpongeBob, Sponge Out of Water, Tintin, and Spiderweb Chronicles, which ones are the best? Now, Tintin, the first anime film that Steven Spielberg directed, I have not seen. Spiderweb Chronicles, I thought was decent. But SpongeBob the movie, Sponge Out of Water, I liked. So easily out of those three, it's definitely SpongeBob, the movie, Sponge Out of Water. So, Caleb, nice to hear from you again. Thanks for sending me those questions. And now, get into the last set of questions. Save the best for last, and that is from my friend Peter Freakout 10. So, shout out to you. And I knew I expect questions from you, Peter Freakout 10. I knew. So that's why I always save you for last, because I look forward to what questions you send to me. So shout out to you. Let's hear from your questions. So what reviews you plan to do for October this year? Well, I'm not gonna do a video announcing what films. Well, maybe I will. I think I will make a video. What are my plans are for this year, Halloween month of October. I think I will do that. I just need to get some time to what I actually want to plan review. I know I'm gonna review horror films because that's Halloween month. That's always perfect time to review horror films. Maybe I'll review a couple of other different things as well. So just to mix it up a bit though. But Halloween month is for horror films, so I'm gonna do that too. So, but I think I will make a video. What are my plans for this year, for this Halloween month? So that's the first question. Your second question is, have you watched Reno 911? That show has become one of my all-time favorites. Well, good for you. I've heard of Reno 911, but I have not seen the show. That's the type of show, it's the type of comedy show that I just never got around with. That's just me, though. If you love the show, that's good for you, because everyone has their own different taste, and especially comedy shows. But no, I have not watched Reno 911. So, but if you love the show, that's good for you. But I've not seen that show. I know I've heard the show, but I've not watched the show. But I just have other comedy shows that I'd rather watch, like the classic I Love Lucy, or even Parks and Recreation. That's a very good funny show. But not Reno. I have not seen Reno 911. So next to your third question, have you seen Johnny Mnemonic? That film gets a lot of flack, which I think you mean hate. But I might review sometime in the future. I never thought was that bad. Same here. I've seen Johnny Mnemonic. I don't think it was all that bad of a movie either. I have some issues with it though, but I enjoy Keanu Reeves as an actor. He's what made me keep on watching the movie. Like I have some nitpicks or issues about with Johnny Mnemonic though, but I don't think I would say I would agree it's not that bad of a movie. But I have seen Johnny Mnemonic. Your fourth question is, do you ever plan to review any of Kevin Smith's films? I plan to though, but not right now, because like I said, I have so much build up over my long absence. I just probably have not time to get to them right now. It's gonna take me who knows how long if I will eventually get to review a Kevin Smith film. Maybe I'll review like one eventually though, but not all of them. No, but maybe I'll eventually review one. I would like to review one of his recent ones, Tusk. I would like to eventually review that one. But I enjoy Mallrats. I enjoy Clerks and Clerks 2. But I'll eventually get to them. I'll get to them one day down the road. It's the same thing with the other one who said about the Men in Black movies. Then your fifth one is, if you had to pick between Tiny Toons or Looney Tunes, which would you pick? For me, Tiny Toons I like a little bit more. No disrespect to the classics, but there's something about Tiny Toons that made me love a little bit more. Well, hey, good for you. I remember seeing Tiny Toons years back as well, but to me, growing up with the Looney Tunes, I would easily pick the Looney Tunes because I grew up with that much more. I've watched Tiny Toons a couple of times. Not a bad show, not bad at all, but Looney Tunes I would definitely pick more because I grew up with that more, especially with Space Jam. who does not love the Looney Tunes and Space Jam? So yeah, I would definitely say, hey, totally respect you if you love the two Tiny Toons a bit more. Definitely respect it, but the Looney Tunes for me, without a doubt, hands down over the Tiny Toons anytime, especially Space Jam. Jam, jam, come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. That got me think about the theme for the movie. And then your last question is anything you look forward to reviewing in the future. Anything do I look forward to reviewing in the future? What review do I look forward to? Well, I actually don't think about what I look forward to reviewing in the future. I just do it. I just pick out what I just feel like reviewing, and then I just do it. Unless I want to make a video like during my birthday month of June, I had plans to review what I wanted to review in the review, but due to my absence of the computer situation, I couldn't. But what I look forward to reviewing in the future, I just don't think about it. I just most of the time I just look at what I just want to review and I just do it. So yeah, what I look forward to reviewing in the future, but if I were to choose what I look forward to reviewing in the future, one thing for sure, I want to review on some Japanese animes for a change, like some of the good ones and ones like including like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, sure, Inuyasha, yes, I definitely want to, but some other animes as well. I think that's one thing I look forward to reviewing in the future is reviewing animes. It's gonna be a little hard because it's hard for me to judge on anime, especially the more mature ones. If you get what I'm saying, mature ones. Not like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, because that's definitely kid friendly. But like ones like Tokyo Ghoul, of animes of that nature, or like those animes of that nature. It's hard for me to judge because I know Tokyo Ghoul is a good one though, but I'm referring to other ones that people may not like or dislike. So, if I would say anything I look forward to reviewing in the future is animes. I will say that. So yeah, but Peter Freakout 10, my friend, thank you for those questions. It's always good to hear what questions for you always want to get. So it's just hey. Especially this one right behind me right there. I would like to review that one. High School of the Dead. But, yeah. Animes I'll look forward to review in the future. So, hopefully, Peter Freakout 10, thank you for your questions. I look forward to whatever you want. I look forward to whatever you review next. I know you say you have planned to review some other stuff, though, but I know you seem pretty busy due to, like, how much time between each video, though, but hey, I know you're busy with that stuff though, but you take as much time as you want for our video. But I look forward to whatever you want to review. I just will say one thing. Well, as I was say one thing, will you ever plan to review your thoughts on Pokemon? I just wonder if you reach the end of this though. What are your thoughts on Pokemon? But yeah. But thanks for sending those, and to everyone else, thank you for sending your questions. It's been another good yearly Q&A, and sorry, I thought I messed something up here. That's why I was pausing. It's been once again another good yearly Q&A. Thank you for everyone sending your questions. Good questions. There was a couple of good, interesting ones. Hope to your satisfaction of me answering them. And everyone just keep on watching my videos, and everyone also keeps on subscribing. And hopefully, I'll look forward to see what happens for next year's Q&A. So, thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.